Hi there, and thank you for attending the webinar. And I have condensed this down because you already seen the sales video and have or an email from me that gives the highlights of the what I consider it's a one of a kind, unique lead generation service. Before I introduce these guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Bradley. I've been in online marketing, lead generation, and conversion for 10 plus years. And over the last few years, helping local businesses with their lead generation with SEO and pay-per-click and social media and Facebook. And I was speaking with a roofing contractor who's also in water restoration and talking about lead generation, and he shared with me a company called Leads by Phone. And I thought, hey, these guys are really unique in what they do. I had some clients that always looking out for good lead services. And there's decent, what I call decent lead services, but they all have their flaws. Either they're charging you for phone calls, and not all phone calls are leads, and you guys all know that. But what these guys do is truly unique. And I was so impressed with them. I said, hey, I got some clients on board. But in terms of that, I also think I can help you grow your business. I'm in touch with a lot of contractors, and I can also help you grow your water restoration site as well with what I know how to market. So anyway, let's get right into it. Their program is very unique. What they do is they advertise your business on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. They're paying for the advertisement and the clicks. It's expensive on the roofing side, 15 to 25 bucks per click. But you're only going to pay for a good lead. And this is what I call true pay-per-performance lead generation. They're taking the risks. If they deliver 0 leads, you pay $0. It's as simple as that. And here's their definition of a good lead. If you agree with this, continue on. I've had one guy said, that's not for a lead for me, so he had a different definition of a lead. But anyway, it's when the caller must be looking to hire for a service that your company offers. They must be the decision maker on the phone, and he must be in your service area. If you like when someone types in roofing and new roof and keywords related to your services and roofing, and they're calling you directly, if you consider that a good lead, continue. If you don't, then you can stop right now. But anyway, hopefully you're still here. Here's a biggie, what I really like. No deposits or prepaying of leads. Leads are billed the following Tuesday after they've been received. So whatever leads you get this week, you're billed the following Tuesday. I like that. Okay, what they do here is they only allow 4 business partners or 4 companies in a geographical area. Once they have that, there's a waiting list. So I can tell you right now, they've been in water restoration since 2008 pretty heavily. The last 18 to 24 months, they've been growing in roofing and other home improvement verticals. So if you're on this call, it means there's still plenty of room, and pretty much this is a great time to get in before they really start to blow up, getting more contractors on board. So take advantage of it if this is something you want to do. I highly encourage it. Anyway, let me give you a brief history. They were founded in 2008. Right now there's over 500 companies that use Leads by Phone today, and here's an amazing stat. Last year in 2014, over 100 million revenue generated for their business partners. That's huge. That's a track record, folks. A huge track record. It's 100% exclusive. I forgot to mention that. When the leads call, it's your lead, not shared with anybody else. And that's huge. I know you all tried those other unnamed lead sources out there. They're always sharing leads. No one wants that anymore. It's true pay-for-performance lead generation. Here's what I put together. This is what I did for my clients. I said, I give you 6 good reasons to use these guys. Number 1, you're only paying for real leads, no junk. If someone's calling about a job or trying to sell you an SEO services, you're not paying for that. And so if there's no leads generated for a week, you don't owe them anything. There's no deposit or prepaying a lead, so no, hey, here's $1,000, let's work our way off that. You don't have to do that. You get exclusivity. Once again, your leads are your leads. Complete control and flexibility. So if you wanted to chase a storm and go to another city, you can call them up and say, hey, Paul, I want to hit the town 200 miles away from me. Set me up for 30 days. They'll set you up for 30 days. You'll get leads over there. So complete flexibility. I like that. You also get a professionally designed website, and that's why I say they build you out a custom website that they use, but it's your branding, your logo, your business name, and your service is listed. It's on. That's what they use to advertise on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. You get recordings of every call. And so that's how they determine what is a good lead and what's not. So the call goes directly to you. Then they have staff listen to it the next day to see, hey, was this an actual lead or not? It's performance based. They deliver nothing, you pay nothing. Simple as that. All the risks are on them. So that's great. Your job, pick up the phone, answer it, set the appointment, and go sell the deal. Not bad. Here's an extra benefit I like a lot, is they have an online portal, and it's actually got an iPhone and an Android app that you can log in. This is where you track your leads. Also, if you're not the one answering the calls and you got staff answering phone calls, you can now listen in and see how they're handling the prospects calling in. Let's say you get 10 leads, you only get 5 appointments out of that. There's a problem there. You need to be setting at least 7, 8, or 9 out of 10, and now you can go back and train your staff. Same thing, if you're the one answering the phone, you can go back and listen to the call and go, okay, what could I have done better? How could I have overcome this objection? So it's a great training and monitoring tool. And they, as I mentioned, they give you that customized website. So here's what it would look like. Paul and I study conversion for 10 years now, and I can tell you, Paul and I are on the same page. We don't build websites to convert. This is very similar to how I build a website that converts at high levels. They're designed to do one thing and one thing only: get the person to pick up the phone and call. They're paying for the clicks, $15, $20, $25 a click. You know they're going to, everything's on them to get them to make that phone call. A website basically really needs to do 6 things. It answers 6 questions for them when they come on. They're going to say, who are you? Which is, they want to see that company name. What do you provide? Obviously, it's all about roofing. Where? They have maps in the areas below the screen here of the screenshot that you can't see. But they want to make sure, hey, do you guys service my territory, to my area? Why? This is, give them a reason, your company's merits, why choose you? And then when, obviously now, and how. The phone number's on there, make the call. So those are the 6 things consumers are looking when they come to a website. So here's a screenshot of the online portal I just mentioned. This is where you track your leads. As you can see, red, you can see half the calls right here are non-billable, meaning they weren't good leads, and you can see they're scratching those off. So nothing like showing actual proof they actually will scratch calls. You also could record revenue. I think that's huge to be able to do record revenue. It helps them to track which keywords are converting for you, and why that's important. Every area of the country is a little different, so if they find a certain keyword in your area is converting better for you, they can get more aggressive in the bidding, which means more leads for you. Also, you can track your ROI and your customer acquisition cost as well back here. So let's set some expectations. What can you get? Well, Paul likes to say he under-promises and over-delivers, and he really truly does. The average roofing customer is getting 10 leads a month over a 12-month period, and I can tell you, and you guys know this is your busy time coming up in the next few months. You know you're going to get more than that probably. But over a 12-month period, he says it's 10 leads a month. I can tell you from the first guy I brought to them on his first week, he had 3 very good roofing leads. So that was pretty, in less than a week actually. So he was pretty excited about that. The average job value is $3,000. He's seen some commercial jobs at $175,000 and some smaller jobs as well. That number, they do roof repair, so obviously that's not as much as a new roof, so that can bring it down. But anyway, $3,000, nothing to shake your head about. The closing ratio is 1 out of 3. That is, I'm going to tell you, that is lower than the water guys and the plumbing and the HVAC guys. They're doing 1 out of 2. Here's why. He said too many roofing contractors that he has on board, they don't answer the calls right away. They let voicemail answer it, and no one leaves a voicemail. Then they try to call them back, and they can't call them back. And that's a problem. You need to answer your calls. If you don't, you can get a service. I got somebody I can refer you to if you need a answering service that sets up, that is trained to set appointments. Either way, if you're the type of business that is going to let your voicemail pick up the phone and miss half the calls, this is not for you. We can stop right here. But if you are the type of business that answers the calls and you got something even set up after hours to answer the calls, this is going to be dynamite for you. But even at 1 out of 3, Look at the numbers. It's $9,000 per month, or over $100,000 a year in additional revenue. That's only doing 1 out of 3 closings. So if you'd like an extra 100 grand a year for the next 12 months, let's continue. So what's the catch? What I just mentioned earlier, answering the calls. That's the catch. InsideSales.com did a huge research. They found 78% of the sales, online sales anyway, go to the people who first talk to the customers. So you must be able to answer that phone, set the appointment, and then go sell the job. So my question I've asked my clients is this. Number one, you get 10 good solid leads. How many appointments will you get that? You get 10 good guys on the phone calling you. How many appointments will you set? And out of those appointments, what is your closing ratio? How many will you sell? So let's say you set 8 out of 10 appointments. Out of those 8 appointments, how many will you sell? That's to determine if this is going to work for you or not. You got to know your numbers. So this is how it works. Number one, there's just a one-time setup fee. It was $3.99. I talked Paul down. I said, look, I can probably bring you a lot more business if you cut that in half. He said, yes, let's do it. I want to grow this home improvement vertical. So it's $1.99. That's to help recoup some of the man hours they got to put in setting up your ad accounts. I know I do this every week. To write ads, create the account, set it all up on just not Google but Yahoo and Bing. It takes some time, plus to put that website together for you as well. So remember, it's a customizable website. So that's just the only fee up front. Everything else is you get the leads first, then you pay. There's no deposit, no prepaying. The calls are reviewed, so there's no charging for junk calls. The roof replacement cost is $125. That's for our roof replacement, or a new roof. $95 for our roof repair, and then $35 for our gutter. You don't have to take any leads for gutters if you don't want to choose that. And the nice thing about the roof repair, understand, Paul made this very important to me. I know a lot of times contractors don't want to go out on roof repair, but that's many of those jobs. When someone calls in, that leads to a new roof. So he's seen many of his customers take roof repair and then obviously turn them into a new roof job. But then you're only charged $95, not $125, because they're calling in for a roof repair. So you benefit a little on that. So what to expect? They can have you up in less than 5 business days, 3 to 5 business days. And then once you're up, your ads are live on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And hopefully by that second week, you are ready to get some leads. Like I said, the first guy I brought on board with them already, it was less than a week, I think. I think they had them up in 3 days, had leads by the 5th day. Now, that's a little unusual. They really move quicker, but Paul likes to say 1 to 3 weeks on average. But we're seeing by the second week, especially now, we're in March, it's busier, rains are coming. So probably getting your leads by that second week. There is a $33 monthly administration fee that covers your website hosting and the call recordings. Weekly billings on Tuesday for the previous week, and you can pause incoming leads up to 5 days per month. So how do you become a partner? There's a link underneath the video that you're watching right now. If you're on this live, you got a link in your email that you can also use as well. So anyway, that way you don't have to type this long link out. Paul, you don't have to email Paul the logo, but they will request it in an email from you, a digital file of your logo, so they can put that on the website. Then after you're set up, they're going to ask you to get a 20-minute webinar. It basically goes to show you how to listen to calls, review invoices, request support, and pause your account. So that's pretty much it. If you got any questions, just feel free to holler back at me.